Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Mayfield steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that. You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Fielded at the 33. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
second down, Mayfield. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Frosty Rucker in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On third down, Mayfield. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out.
Get set. Hey, you're mine.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Going up top. He's got it at the 15. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. And give him a gain of 37. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. We're good.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. A 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Carlson now to kick this one away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield on first down. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
All right, now, look at 56.
Mayfield on play action. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Working out of the gun. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 6 plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku from 6 yards away. And the Browns can grab the lead if they hit the extra point. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for a score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Carr now on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And that's going to be incomplete. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Carr going to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Christian Kirksey in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
First down, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They start the drive with Lynch. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Here's Harris to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
29. 29.
Now Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1 just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him be.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry from 3 yards out. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joe Schobert coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. To throw, it's caught. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here we go now.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Carr again here on second and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, first and 10.
White Monday.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Christian Kirksey in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Coming up now on a second and 15 following that sack. Now a play fake. Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He finds Roberts, complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. And even 40 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Raider 2.
Carr to throw on second down. Buying time to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, He got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. The pitch out to Lynch. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. His pass caught at the 4. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
You're mine.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are back within a score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Carlson now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Give. This is Chubb. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Detroit!
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it, escaping the pressure right. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Mayfield to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Room to run past midfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Carr to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
To return, it's Peppers. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. The first throw in overtime for Mayfield now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th down, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. The first down carry here for Johnson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They go to Johnson again. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield, flush to his right. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge?
There.
Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Raiders on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw his car. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Roberts has it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
You got 56 there.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Express.
On second down, here's Carr. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Christian Kirksey able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 15. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Well, when they kept the offense on the field, you saw the face I made looking at you like, what are they doing? How did they do that?
Yeah, that's almost a miracle, isn't it? Because the two of us have talked to play callers, and every time we talk to them about going for it on 4th and long, they give us that same look you just gave me. And they always say, I don't have that call on my play sheet, Haas. We just don't have that one. Well, apparently he did, and they got it.
And in overtime, wow. Here's Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll try it again on second down. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Raiders on third down, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's got this down to the 35. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And for a right side here, complete. And now look at him go. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4